Still away home. We ain't got long to stay here.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm not doing too bad.
All right.
It is Lent.
So
I get up this morning, I say my rosary, as usual, and I have my breakfast, and I'm just relaxing today.
Nice. What's your name for those who do not know?
My name, Jean Adams, Mrs. Jean Adams.
All right. What you remember? What community you grew up in Carriacou?
I was born in Tokyo. Grew up most of my life in Mongolia. After my mother gone to England, lived me with grandparents. 4 of us. We was with grandparents to grow up. To take schooling, I take schooling in Carriacou right up to the age of 16. My mother went to England after the Janet. 1956, Janet passed 55. And she spent 30 years there and come back on a holiday. Brought me back up to England when she come back for 3 months. I spent 50 years in England, and myself and my husband, I met my husband in England. I knew of him in Carriacou, but we wasn't thinking we want to be courting. He went up to England before me, and I met him in England. We fell in love in Huddersfield. We court for 5 years, and then we get married.
How many children do you all have?
I have 3 children.
Okay. You want to say good morning to them? Call them by name?
Good morning, my lovely children. They'll be looking at this.
Call the names.
Diane, Mommy love you. Gillian, Mom loves you. Rodney, you are the king. I love you all.
Nice.
I have 4 grand. Rochelle, Grandma loves you. Javelin, Grandma loves you. Kaden, Grandma loves you. Noah, Grandma loves you. Harry, Grandma loves you. Rochelle is the one girl. Grandma will carry you on her head. And you just make me a great grandma by producing a lovely girl by the name of Priestley, Yelena. You give that great grandma name. That's Yulie Adams. And Grandma will be visiting you guys soon, God willing. It's 10 years now since we come back to Carriacou, build our property and live in.
Nice.
May God bless you all children. The children put it together and they send it to us. That's all of them there. I met my husband kissing on my 45th anniversary. That's our wedding day. That's the grandchildren. Kaden, Rochelle, Harry, Noah, and Javin. That's all our grandchildren. And that's when we're returning back home. We call it family album and put all of them in it. Put all of them there. Addition common. Since we've been here. So that's me, Mark and myself. That's my second daughter, children. First one. That's his mother. That's my husband's mother. Yeah, myself and Mark, children.
Yes, nice. Congrats to both of you. Tell us about growing up in Carriacou. Now we're in the Lenten season.
Growing up in Carriacou was tough. When I say tough, because I was working hard. My grandmother used to make me work the hardest to them younger ones. Because when my mother go up to England, in 2 years after Janet, she make me promise that to look after the younger one. So I was the one that was doing everything like the mother. Like if I take my mother role. But I enjoy it. It was an experience for a little girl. Cooking, washing, changing the animal. And that's how I grew up. And then when my mother come back to Carriacou, she take me up to England with her. And still leave the other three. There was 5 of us. There were me, there were my sister Victoria, she in Canada. Another sister, Monica, she retired. She come to Carriacou now to live. And then my mother have 2 in England, Yvonne and Edith. And that's my life.
Okay.
And the best thing that happened to me in 1969 when I married to my beautiful husband, and look at the family, all our creation there. And we're happy. This is why I wanted to come back, and I come back to my beautiful Carriacou.
You did not forget home.
Yeah. This is my island in the sun.
Nice.
This is my island in the sun, where my people turn and time down. I will travel on many a sea, but the shore will always belong to me. Oh, island in the sun, built to me by my father's hand. All my days I will sing and pray, for the forest water, the shining sun.
Nice.
And that's my life in Carriacou, growing up as a kid.
I remember you told me you used to follow the Shakespeare band from Mount Royal coming down to Mount
Yes,
Descent.
my father.
Tell me.
My father used to play mass when it's carnival. And when my mother prepared his clothes, she used to put me to needle, button, lots of silver button, gold button on the front. Because he used to play the part of all the masses have name.
Yes.
So he was the king in the crowd.
So that meaning was really good.
Tall.
What was your dad's name?
Eh?
What was it?
Ralph Moses.
Ralph Moses.
And the Moses is tall. And that's why he was like a king. I remember when I gave the mass speech in Big Road, all the women and children running around to hear the masses. And when I gave the speech in Big Road, amongst themselves, and then they come down, because they have names, Bon Royal Blue. I think Banrai was 6 weeks. Community. The hero was from Banrai.
Banrai is to the south. So Haverfield,
that's what I remember.
Freeport is central town area.
Yes.
Right.
And when they come down, they speak with one another. And they say their speeches. I always remember a speech my father used to say when he challenged one of the, and it so happened to be an Adam man, and I'm married to an Adam man. That man used to name one of them Adams. I think it was Vandenberg Adams' father, one of them. And he used to say, will you honor me like the honorable peacemaker? And hero answer him and say, and they're going around with their comb and they lit back. And then he answered this man and said, not today, not tomorrow, and not another day. And they blows each other on the back. And that used to make me excited. All the children running around and watching these men in Shakespeare mass, beating one another coming.
Yes.
Until they fall to the ground. When they fall to the ground, they hold on with their hand and they get up again. And they say all the speeches, and then they go down to town to meet up with the other Shakespeare masses coming from Leicester, different part.
From the south. And they meet up in town.
And they meet up in town. It used to be lovely.
They used to follow the band. What songs y'all used to be singing as women leading the band into town?
I remember my grandmother used to say, there was a song there, just tie the belly, tie a towel on the belly. And the grandma, that is my grandma in Top Hill. And she used to say, for the men that's singing, because the men going in the town to fight. And they were saying, Mama, Mama, are they in the jail already? Are they in the jail already? Take a towel and bang your belly. Because if they fight, one could get killed, and the other one could kill one another. But that is speech. They never actually
Physical,
kill.
right.
Say, take a towel and bang your belly, Mama. And they in the jail already. That means the men telling the woman that. And they in the jail already. Take a towel and bang your belly. Juve, Mama, you, Mama says I bless you. One man in Canada, Tuesday man in Bacana. Juve, Mama, you, Mama says I bless you. That means it's part of part one. Like when they have it, when you say Juve morning is like you get up early morning. They didn't used to have all this jam, but they used to have like sweet mass. They powder on the face. Everybody powder their face. Like we used to call it wild Indian. But the history had it wild Indian, and then jab take over wild Indian. To me anyway.
Yes.
Oh, I used to know it.
What time they used to start and what time they used to end Shakespeare?
Oh, Shakespeare, when it coming up to about 9, 10 o'clock.
That's when
Because Shakespeare, the fight in the past play. And then it coming up now for Carnival begin. For the paraders to start parading the street in their
costumes,
outfit, whatever they put to sponsor. Many bands, many different bands. Because I remember one of the ladies in Montreal, one of the Lawrence, used to bring out band. And I used to play in that band.
Okay.
And we used to go downtown, singing, and everybody dressed different, and band playing like steel band, steel pan, and young gal and young boy dancing up. They have the band now, but it's not the same to me.
About what year was that?
Oh, that would have been in the late, more going in the 50s.
50s.
Around 57, 58.
Okay.
Because I went up to England in 64.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And as people start going up to England, when England opened, when the older one go, because the older type go, they meet the age to go to work in England,
Okay.
and the younger ones stay. That's why I stay.
Right.
And when I met the age to go up and work, which was age 16, I went up. So the older one in my grandmother yard, that leaves. Then I take the road to do what they were doing. That's how come I was minding cattle or milking the cattle, because the older one happened to be boys. So Jean take the role of the boy.
Okay. Let's go back to Carnival one bit. So Carnival, long ago, it was just Monday and Tuesday, and that was it.
Monday and Tuesday.
Like how they have Calypso now, that used to happen?
Yeah.
What day?
And they all have the date. I just know it's the Monday have to be a Monday and a Tuesday. So
Yeah.
it's like,
And was it like now, the Monday and Tuesday before Ash Wednesday?
something like that.
Okay. Oh, nice.
I remember.
Alright.
Carnival is the best.
What about Christmas
And
time?
even Christmas. That's what I was coming back to.
Nice.
Oh, Christmas in Montreal. Because that's where I grew up. Christmas, Montreal girls was the singing people in Carriacou. To me. That's why I always used to follow my aunt. And then when they're singing, I grew up in that. And when it comes October month, Montreal Village alone have about 5 Christmas carol band. Start practicing overnight in your grandmother yard, in your mother yard. How many songs to sing on Christmas Eve night. And when the Christmas Eve night comes, you dress in whatever uniform you choose, but you have a leader. The band I used to be in most was the Lawrence, and they used to, Teresa Lawrence, that's my age group, and she used to have a band. And she picked up about 4 or 5 girls in the village. And we're practicing in the yard about 3 months before Christmas.
What was one of the songs you all used to sing? You remember?
And one of the songs, when we leave in the big road, and then another woman might have a band in Mondo. And another one might have another one. So when we all come up in the road, where the men do the passway in Shakespeare, we test, we song with one another. And the older people stand around and they choose which band is singing the best, to take the lead and to leave the village and go all over. That's what my grandmother and aunties and all those would do.
Okay.
One of the songs we leave, there's many songs, but one of the songs I'm going to tell me is, I cannot see too early in the morning, I cannot come to thee too late at night, my trembling heart beneath the feet that hold me, and thou shalt see my face that no more now. Oh, my Lord, thou art my Lord. Only will save thee. Only will save thee. Oh, my Lord. Because that is part of a prayer. We cannot see too early in the morning, but we will not come back to it. When we're coming back on Christmas morning, Hosanna Girls, our coming home song used to be, Mother, Mother, your child is coming home to Jesus on the way. Help us, Mother, we had a good traveling that name. And Mother, we'll go home again. Help us, Mom, that I do meet us with a blessed song. And our mother will parent the old village. We'll just come out back in the big road and welcome the children back home. We went out all Christmas Eve night and we used to do it on foot. When we leave Montreal, we go down Granby in the back of, where Petite house is. Then we pass through Granby, we go Mount Pleasant, and then we go back up through in the back of the quarry and go up there on foot.
What?
Yes, we used to enjoy ourselves, children, but we always have 2 adults with us,
Nice.
a man and a woman. Because if there were 7 of us in a band, some maybe 1 or 2 between the age of 8 and 9.
Ah,
Yes.
young children.
The first year I went in Hosanna, I was 7.
Wow.
And I was singing the alto. I have a little voice as a pin. That's why my granddad and the village people chose me to do the alto. Because when it comes to alto, my voice used to get up to a peak to cover the others. So you sing in there, soprano and tenor. Yeah, we used to have good fun. As well as I used to be in concert. When Easter time, that we used to have a building in Memorial Day, they call Solon Lawrence.
Well, that's my
The
uncle.
Lawrence again, yeah, Solon Lawrence. And we used to do concert in the yard, practice in the yard. And then we get up, we choose a date when the concert is, and we do it in Mr. Andrew Dick Gospel Hall in Granby. That is the Gospel Hall in Granby. And me, like the leader, how to go on the stage and introduce. And I used to walk up in my little can frock. Those times I used to wear can dress and my mother dress and little puff sleeves. And I go up and introduce and I will bow as I get up on the stage and say, "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jean and I am 4 or 5 or whatever I am. And I just come to tell you, this is our anniversary day." And the concert starts.
Nice.
That's how and they used to act parts like actresses. That's how we used to do. Yeah, lots of memory.
They had regatta while he was around.
Regatta started after I grew up in England.
Okay.
Yeah. We know about it, but we never
What's
have
about?
regatta in Carriacou.
What they used to have in Big Road before Camberley.
Cambole.
Let's speak about Camberley.
Well, Cambole is very much the same because that's before Carnival. You go in the big road and on that night you cook and everybody eat and drink and play music waiting for the morning, because on that following day is Juve Mass. It's Juve.
They didn't used to have the stick mass, fighting mass in Big Road.
They used to have, the only mass they used to have, like speech mass, is Shakespeare.
Okay.
Shakespeare, they used to that, and that is on Carnival morning.
What about Tombstone Feast?
The Tombstone Feast, the person that putting up their headstone for the relative, they are fed in the yard. And on the night, that's where the big drum come up. They have big drum dancing in the yard all night. Them big drum might start around 9 o'clock. And they go on until my grandmother in Tapping, they call her Rose Mac. She used to be a big drum lady. And when she leaves the house in the evening to go to big drum dancing, she'll tell my mother what's for breakfast the next morning, because the next morning she come down. Next morning she comes down because she used to love to run.
Okay.
And when daylight she go in the shop with a rum man. That's my grandmother in Tapping. She I take after. But I don't really know how strong as she is.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Jean.